Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce from beautiful Creston, British Columbia. How you guys doing today? Welcome to Christmas 2020. I just want to say on behalf of my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, who I'm posing with right here, the best of the season to you. You've always wanted to see what she looked like. Now you know. We're hanging out together, having a great old time. Thank you, all of you, for your support. I thought today, instead of giving you a cruise ship video, I'd give you a video about what it looks like around Creston where I live. People are always asking me what it's like there. We only have 5,000 folks living here. We're 3 miles north of the USA. That's the U.S. right there. That mountain is in the U.S. in Idaho. That's about 8 miles from my house. But these are some of the images in my neighborhood. This is the view of Creston from right nearby my grocery store, where we go grocery shopping all the time. The weather systems here are really amazing. Things change all the time. Snow has fallen, of course, and the higher up you go, the more there is. Where we are at ground level here in Creston, we don't have any snow on the ground whatsoever, but at the top of this mountain, just about 5 miles from my house, there are some major power lines that have to traverse that range. It's a Skimmerhorn range. And I'll tell you, those power lines are pretty tough because we rarely ever have a power issue here, despite the harshness of the weather up at the top of this mountain. But Creston itself, a small little town surrounded by orchards and vineyards. The weather here is rather temperate. We very rarely get bitterly cold temperatures here at ground level here in Creston in wintertime. For my American friends, we are usually in the 20 to 40 degree range for most of the winter. Occasional lows will reach down to, 0 Fahrenheit, but not for long. It certainly kills off whatever bugs there are in the trees or nasty insects, that type of thing. But summertime, we get up into the hundreds. We'll get into the high 90s quite often, and perfect kind of weather, the perfect kind of climate to grow fruits like strawberries and cherries and apples and peaches and pears and plums. We have a couple of plum trees in our backyard that just we don't do anything to help the plum trees. I'm telling you, we do nothing. And every fall we have got, gosh, I bet you we have 200 pounds of plums. We give most of them away. We can only eat so many. This is a scene here just outside of Creston, about 4 or 5 miles out. There's a valley that has been created because they dammed up a lake way back in the early 30s, and there's this massive valley in between us and the next mountain range. A lot of nice farmland down there now. This picture here doesn't look pretty at the moment, but the more we zoom in, it gets prettier. This is just a block away from our grocery store where we're looking towards the east. We're right just behind the downtown core of Creston. I mean, literally a block away from the downtown core. And there's the Skimmerhorn range, and this particular day we had this band of clouds that sort of just kind of hung around. It was amazing. That cloud band is only about 2,000 feet off the ground, and so you have the mountains beneath and the mountains above, and above it's sunny and beneath it's cloudy and shady. Quite amazing. But the contour of the mountain range is really stunning when you see it in real life. I tried to capture these images with my iPhone 11, and again, there are those power lines at the very top up there. I think that's Mount Columbia or something like that. Columbia Mountain. I'm not sure what exactly that one's called. This shot here is about a block from my house. It's in the parking lot of our local high school, and I saw this hill. This is a small little, it's a mini mountain. It's more of a large hill behind our house. It's about 3,000 feet up, but I zoomed in at the very top corner of this hill in successive shots, because you'll notice there's snow up there. That is the snow line. The anything above that elevation, you got snow. Anything below that, you get rain. And for us, we're still about, at least at this point in time, we're about 2,000 feet or so below the snow line. Unfortunately, as each day goes by, that snow line is coming further down, and we do get flurries from time to time. If we have a system coming in overnight, we'll get snow overnight, and then it'll melt during the day. But we know that in January and February, we can get a foot or two of snow quite easily around here, even 3 feet over a few days if it were to happen. But Creston being a small town in British Columbia, you'll notice there are power lines everywhere. They don't bury them here. I think the problem with trying to bury power lines around here is that you're dealing with solid rock in many cases just underneath the surface, so it's incredibly expensive and time consuming, and so it's just a lot cheaper to have power lines on poles all over the place. So to kind of get away from these kind of images where you see power poles all the time, you got to drive out of town a mile or two and you have unobstructed, fantastic mountain views. But I'll tell you, because everything in this city is run more or less by electricity, including our heat, I don't mind the power poles, especially when it's cold outside and it's toasty warm inside and my internet is working and the cable is working and I'm able to produce videos for my viewers of Traveling with Bruce from the comfort of my living room here in Creston. I don't mind these power poles. I don't see them. I only see them when I'm outside, and I mostly ignore them. I have to actually really look to see them. But in these photos, they're prevalent. There's no question about it. Fantastic views. It's a beautiful place. We're surrounded on 360 degrees by mountains and the mountain ranges. We drive in and out of here through them. And in the summertime, it is absolutely glorious. In the wintertime, it's very spectacular. The sun is very low on the horizon these days, but we hit the solstice a couple of days ago, this being the 24th of December. We are now getting longer days and longer mornings. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you liked a little view of Creston and area. Thanks for following my channel, and we'll talk to you later, everybody. Bye for now.